You ready? Okay. We'll have a moment of silent meditation and pledge to the flag. Thank you.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning. It's 10 o'clock, November 15th. All three county commissioners are here, and we'll start with consents and approval. Good morning, Annetta.
Good morning. We have two exonerations for $7,499.60, minutes for November 8th, 2023, vouchers, General County, $202,053.46, 911, $20,404.06, Chestnut Ridge Park, $2,849.65, Camp Muffley, $49.99, Mon County Center, $11,503.74, Recreation Levy, $272.20, Assessor's Valuation, $5,899.18, Morgantown Industrial TIF, $1,191.63, Mon General TIF, excuse me, $396,817.33, Harmony Grove TIF, $2,296,727.86, Parks and Recreation, $37,264.74. Purchasing card vouchers, General County, $6,368.14, 911, $77, Chestnut Ridge Park, $521.95, Recreation Levy, $129.98, Assessor's Valuation, $788.50, for a voucher total of $2,982,919.91. We have no budget revisions. Position vacancies for boards and authorities are listed on our website, and fiduciary orders for November 15th, 2023.
Move to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
Bob moves in second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. We'll move to introduction of new employees. Isaiah Alexander. Come on down. Good morning.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
Good morning.
Have with me this morning Isaiah Alexander, all the way from Upper Track, Pendleton County, West Virginia. Isaiah will be starting tomorrow as a full-time process transport officer, an at-will position with a monthly salary of $29,7387 upon your approval.
Great.
Move to approve the personnel as presented.
Second.
Bob moves in second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Welcome.
Congratulations. Welcome. Good luck.
Welcome to the big city.
Is there such a thing in West Virginia?
Yeah, I know. Okay, at this time, we have no other,
No, that's
okay. At this time, we'll have comments from the public. If anybody wants to come down, state your name, address, and you'll have 3 to 4 minutes to speak. If you want to come over to the, oh, you want to hand us something first?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes, sir, please.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, Commissioners. My name is Wilbur England. I am the present commander of VFW Post 9916 in Westover. What you have there in front of you is a copy of my community service log I just took some of it out of there. I've been keeping it for 10 years now. It's just a sampling of what we do. There's a lot more to us than just being a bar. The bar, the canteen actually supports the programs. Commissioner Bloom, you have a second bundle of papers there, and that explains
Yes.
all the programs that VFW actually has. There's recognition of police officers, recognitions of teachers. There's a couple programs there for the kids in school. One's for the younger kids, one's for the high school kids. They can actually lead to sizable scholarships. Depends on how much work they want to put into it. But you're looking at a lot of community service time there. Just about every funeral takes 3 to 4 hours. We do other things. We do services for the hospital, we dedicate flagpoles. We're all over the county. Funerals especially. If we go under, there'll be no one to do funerals. Federal law says that when you are buried, if you are a veteran, that you will get 2 members of your branch of service to do your funeral. They are there to fold the flag and play taps. That's it. The rest of the funeral service is handled by volunteers such as myself, the VFWs, some Legion posts do it. It's just a lot. Our building over there has a couple large rooms that we rent out, but we also dedicate these rooms and give these rooms to people for nothing. Like there's a Christmas party over there that, what is it? Who sets out those flags along the road?
The Rotary?
Rotary. All right, the Westover Rotary uses our building to have a Christmas party for underprivileged kids. They have a Santa Claus, they have a tree, there's a lot of presents, they bring the kids in on buses. That's just one of the times that we donate our building to people. We've got groups that, of course, pay us a fee, but we've got the UMW, we've got United Steelworkers, we've got the FOP, just all kinds of people use that building. Well, last winter, we had a flood. We had a water line break in the upstairs. When the floor upstairs filled up, it started coming downstairs. When it came downstairs, it brought all of our ceilings with it. I've never seen anything like it. The water just spread all over that building, and it took out every ceiling we had in the downstairs. It took out part of our walls. Of course, when we got to repairing the walls, we found black mold. That's all been taken care of. We're about 90% complete right now putting that building back together. The bad part was we were in a process of getting new insurance. There was a 3-day lapse. Guess what? But we've put it back together with volunteers and donations. Town of Granville, City of Westover, the banks. We've had a lot of donations, but right now we're finding ourselves almost finished, but we're hurting for money. I'm here to ask you guys to take into consideration what we do for the people of our county, and we want to continue doing this. I'm 76 years old, almost 77. But I go out there in the cold, in the rain, in the sun, and do these funerals. I've had people cry on my shoulder. I've had people kiss me. It's just, it's a very heart-wrenching thing that we do. But we're just asking to give, if you could see your way, help us out and get us back in business over there. We have not, even though our building was a mess, we have not refused to do any funerals or any services that were asked. The last one I did was for the Alzheimer's Association over at the old mall. We went over and posted colors for them. But that's just what we do. We use our own vehicles, we buy our own gas. The only thing that's provided for us are the rifles and the ammunition. We buy our own uniforms. It's a heck of a volunteer organization, and most people don't see us when we are out there doing our thing. We also go into the schools. I've been to 3 schools this year. I lecture to the kids. I've lectured as low as 5th grade and as high as at the college. I found myself over there lecturing to 120 future Air Force officers. I came out of the service as an E4. So it's just something we do. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your service too, Mr.
If you guys would indulge me, I'd move that we
Suspend the rules.
suspend the rules so that I can ask a couple questions.
Second.
Sure.
Okay. Mr. Ignan, would you mind standing back up? I just wanted to ask a couple questions.
Sure.
Again, thank you very much for your support to this country and your support after your service to the veterans of this country. It's appropriate that you're here today after the Veterans Day weekend, so we certainly do appreciate everything you do. We've been contacted a number of times. I know your organization has contacted us, and I'm not sure, was that during grant time or was it out of cycle?
It was out of cycle.
We also were being contacted by the other VFW. So it's like the two VFWs in the area have problems with their buildings. And it's always kind of when you're dealing with private buildings and private entities as a governmental entity, how you deal with that. But is there a specific ask that you're asking for now? A lot of times it helps if there's a specific ask, like when you've gotten funding from the other municipalities. Was there a specific ask, or could I ask what you received from the other municipalities, or do you know any of that information?
I think Granville give me 1,500. Westover give us around, I think, 1,500. The other military organizations in the county have given us in the vicinity of $1,000 apiece. The Legion has given us over $3,000.
Because I think that's one of the questions. I remember that question
Kept asking.
when we were addressing this last time. Is it seems to me that there ought to be funding available from national organizations that support you, as well as us. I mean, I'm not passing the buck. I certainly want us to participate in helping your organization out. But it usually helps if we kind of know the overall complexity of the project. Like, for instance, was there a budget put together as far as fixing your building, and is that something you guys are picking away at, or has it just been kind of just trudging along and addressing it as you could address it?
We've been getting donations as we go along, and right now we've got the facade in front of the building fell down due to the ice that built up on it. When I got there, there was ice that thick hanging down from the facade. It's a wonder it didn't take the whole thing down. But it took all the, where it was sealed up with what the heck they call it?
The soffit or the
Soffit, yeah.
the fascia.
It took it all, it took it down for 80 feet across the front of the building. And now the insurance company's on me. It's going to cost about $1,000, and I just do not have.
Is the building is it currently condemned? Is it
No,
not allowed to
no.
be used, or?
No, the building is almost ready to go again. We've reconditioned the whole thing inside. Walls have been painted, new ceilings have been put in, new lighting. We got rid of all of our fluorescent lights. We're using LEDs. I can show you a picture on my phone.
Sure, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
We're just, I think we need to get more information. Perhaps maybe we can have a sidebar with you. I'd be willing to come to the building and meet with you to kind of have a
Oh,
better
yes, sir.
understanding
Anytime
of
you
your
want to do
needs.
that, I will leave cards with you.
Great.
Okay. Why don't
We
you
have
do?
your number on the,
Yeah.
Yeah.
is this your personal number on the bottom of the cover sheet?
8188?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, so
Okay.
we can,
So
Yes, sir.
one of us will me or one of us or our staff will get a hold of you, and I'll schedule a time where I can actually come to the building, or two or three of us can come.
Okay, 'cause
and
we're
get
not
a better
in-
idea of where we can most help and where it's appropriate for us to help. But I know that when the requests originally came through, you guys were in dire straits in the fact that you've already gotten the building, so it's almost functional.
I've never made a request. I don't know if,
We received something.
Twice we've had people.
We got a written request, I was trying to find it.
Yeah.
I can't seem to locate it, but
Okay.
At
Well,
one
I
time,
do-
we had
I-
offered to do all the take the garbage and move it and pay for it at the transfer station, and you had somebody else doing that. That was
I think that was it, because, this was like all hands on deck.
Right.
And what we had done with like the Westover flooding is, we in some of those houses, we agreed to, allow for the pickup of the stuff, because that helped with the processes, getting the stuff that was being thrown away out of there. And we took care of the transfer fees at the dump.
Right.
But anyhow, we're always interested in ways where we can try to help out, but we have limited means. But I'd certainly be happy to meet with you and understand the status of your building. I was getting a little bit confused because we also had received some requests from
Yes.
the VFW here in Morgantown.
I've run into this several times now. There's people out there requesting money, but they're not us.
Yeah.
Yes,
Sure.
yes.
Well, I know that the Morgantown one is legit because it's one of the sheriff's deputies that is very involved in that has
Yeah,
brought it to
detective
us.
friend.
And it's, again, same thing, it's not they have a building,
not
but
their
no ability to generate revenue to keep the building up. So it was the same, they were asking for money, now their building's in a little better shape.
Yeah,
But-
they're lucky. They have their parking lot. They're renting
Yeah.
spaces over there.
Right.
That's how they're making their money.
Yeah.
But as far as doing any community services right now, they're doing very, very little. All of it has been falling on us. In fact, I have 3 of their guys that do the honor guard with us, that help us out.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, Mr. England, it's good seeing you. You've been a friend of the commission. You've helped us a lot with our courthouse square, so I do appreciate
Yes, sir.
all of your service to this community, and I will certainly make sure that we get in touch with you so we can kind of get a better idea of what you're dealing with over at your building. Okay?
Right. Commissioner Bloom knows that he calls, we try.
Yeah.
And
Thank
we
you.
usually get there.
Thanks
you.
very
Thank you,
much.
sir.
Thank you. Morning, Mr. Nichols.
Morning.
Morning, Mr. Nichols.
I have laryngitis today, so I may pretend to be someone else.
Okay.
Okay.
I want to give a quick update on the status of the relicensing of the Cheat Lake
Right.
Dam and Recreation Facility. The scoping process, number 1, is in process right now. That means they're collecting information prior to launching an environmental assessment. And according to the federal procedure, they have to consider whether that's sufficient, whether they need to do a second scoping process in order to prepare for the formal environmental assessment that will take months. So the ball is their court right now in D.C., where they're studying what information they have in hand, trying to determine if they need to do the second phase of scoping or whether they are ready to launch the environmental assessment. We believe that there is still some unreadiness there, and they may be coming back to us for more information. I have met already with the planning director here in the county as well as the state representative to the process. Joycelyn Ferris is with DNR out of Elkins, and the DNR is actually considered to be a cooperating agency. Our county commission could have become an intervener, and our local planning director suggested that at one point, but that didn't happen. However, my organization is an intervener in that process, so we have access to, not possibility to comment on further information. But in spite of that, life goes on. Just last week, the planning director here and myself and 3 others met at the camp to talk about siting a dog park. The owner out there, called Eagle Creek Renewable Energy, initiated that. They contacted us and said, would you please start that planning process for a dog park out there? Well, it was a surprise that they would initiate such a thing, but it may be a smokescreen in some sense. But also underway, it is the possibility of planning a kayak launch facility out there at the park, similar to, if not same as what we may have 3 cases here on the Mon River. So that's pretty much where things stand. We feel like that if they do need to have another public hearing, that those of us here could cooperate with them in locating a place to have it, a way to facilitate it so it would be easy for the federal government, so we could, in effect, be helpful to the overall process. So that completes my report on that with one other caveat. In coming here this morning, right on Cheat Lake, they're clearing trees, and they're taking them down, piling up, and burning them on the spot. And so there were 3 fires going on there this morning. So much smoke coming off of it. I've never seen so much smoke in my life. It may well be that some of the residents there in Stewartstown may have to evacuate their homes. Well, there's so much smoke coming from these fires. So open burning, of course, is an issue statewide, as you may know. In the Kanawha River, the New River Valley, they've got 10,000 acres that have burned, and the fire is still not yet been extinguished. So that's my report, and I thank you for the opportunity to bring these to your attention.
Thank you for keeping us abreast of the situation.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you,
Nichols.
Mr. Nick.
Is there anyone else who would like to speak? Sure.
Good morning.
Morning.
When the gentleman was talking about the burning out there, I just wanted to look real quick, and it says we're gonna get some rain on Friday, hopefully. So hopefully, you know how that goes. Of course, you know, a lot of people do burn right after a rain. They just use kerosene on a burn pile because it's the safest time. But thank you for telling us. We need to know about it because I'm heading that way, and I'm glad I know there's smoke on the road. You know me, Rhett Deuce-Mary, Congressman, Mooney's representative. Good to see you as always. I just wanted to come and also, as always, remind y'all we're here to help any way we can, Mon County, and especially with grant time getting ready to come up with letters of support. But also to extend Congressman's best wishes for a happy Thanksgiving. Be safe out there and don't eat too much turkey or ham or whatever you decide to eat. And but let us know if we can help anytime. So, but good to see y'all, and thank you for
I'm going to take the
indulging
personal
us.
privilege before
yes,
you
sir.
leave to talk to Mr. England, because maybe there is something that you might be able to have some funds that could be available to help the VFW, and I think that would help both groups. So
Well,
before you leave, you might want to
All
talk
right, sir.
with him.
Yes, sir. I sure will.
Okay,
But good to talk to y'all, and have a good Thanksgiving. Be safe.
Thanks, Rhett.
Yes, sir.
thank you. Okay, is there anyone else who'd like to speak? Seeing none, we'll go to grants. It's Colleen Kuhn.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I have requests for reimbursements for the Governor's Highway Safety Program. The first one is impaired driving in the amount of $3,503.15. And the other one is for Safe Communities in the amount of $1,967.40.
Move to approve the president signing the grant documents as presented.
Second.
Properly moved and second. All those in favor say aye.
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 Thank you very much. Move to correspondence. Letter received from Westside Telecommunications notifying the commission of its plan to participate in the FCC Enhanced ACAM offering for fiber to premise technology within their service area. Okay.
It's pretty self-explanatory. There was a couple things in the letter that I did want to point out. It's the area. Oh, thank you. I just pulled it up. Westside Telecommunications is an independent telephone company serving the western end of Monongalia County. Would like to update the commission on its latest plans for fiber to the home build-out. Westside's Telecom is committed to participate in this SEC Enhanced ACAM offering. Getting to the detail. The commitment also requires the company to meet certain interim milestones and be able to provide 120 it's 100 download, 20 upload to all locations passed by the end of 2028. The company's serving area is comprised of the exchange areas of Daybrook, West Virginia, Core, West Virginia, and Laurel Point, West Virginia. Westside's commitment to broadband deployment using fiber to premises technology will continue its 100-year transition. So that goes on, but that's, again, those are unserved areas. There's fiber coming. There's all kinds of efforts. But that's encouraging to see those areas being addressed immediately.
Great.
I
do
don't have
one
anything else.
piece of correspondence. I received a letter in the mail. It is a handwritten letter from a Madison Hall. I'm just going to read it real quick. Hello, my name is Madison Hall. I'm 11 years old, and this is my first year of showing rabbits. I loved animals and hanging out with friends and family. If I would describe myself in 5 words, they would be kind, loving, funny, smart, and trusting. I have an indoor rabbit, and I really love him, so I got rabbits and bred them, and that's how I got here. Some things I've learned from showing rabbits is how to show them because I never knew how to show them. Also, how to keep them looking nice. I learned how rabbits breed and how to raise baby rabbits. It was a lot at first, but I know I have found it super fun. I love 4-H. 4-H has made a huge impact on my life. 4-H helps me open up to new things, and 4-H will help me in my future. 4-H makes my heart happy. Before I started 4-H 2 years ago, I played soccer, and so did my brother. I started 4-H, I found my own thing, and that makes me happy. I plan to save my money for things I need, maybe a car in the future and an animal for next year. Overall, I want to thank you for buying my 2023 rabbits. I cannot wait for next year's show. Can't wait to see you next year. Sincerely, Madison Hall.
Aw,
I like that.
that's sweet.
We purchased her rabbits and then promptly regifted them back to her. So. But I appreciate that. Was in the Wadestown show. I believe, yeah, it was the Wadestown show where we purchased those rabbits. So, thank you, Maddie.
Do you have any?
No.
I have one that I want to just put in the public. A proposal for a collaborative effort in addressing homelessness in Morgantown, West Virginia, from Hyman Batia. I am writing to present a comprehensive proposal aimed at addressing the pressing issue of homelessness in Morgantown. We are offering 2 of our properties, Morgantown Motel and Hotel M, next to the Coliseum. And he did make a recommendation to us, which will roughly be $35 a night, 15 rooms immediate, minimum at 120 days. And he just has a proposal, and I've referred it to the committee that is looking at homelessness. Okay. So I will pass that on to you.
Get a copy of that to me.
What?
Get a copy of that to me.
Yes, you will get a copy of that
All right.
too. Okay, thank you. Okay. Going through unfinished business to new business, consideration to approve requisition number 84 for the University Town Center Excise Tax District Administrative Expense Fund.
Requisition is for $1,040,772.32. This is for sales tax that was collected in the month of October.
Move to approve requisition 84 for the UTC Excise Tax District Administrative Fund as presented.
Second.
Properly moved and second. All those in favor say aye.
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 And this is the one that, again, tracking this, it's 5 months through the year, so we're 42% of the year completed. We are trending about 8% over last year's collection, which was the previous high. So, right,
Can I just make one
Sure.
designation? The agenda item is listed incorrectly. It's not the administrative expense fund. This is the EODD sub-account.
okay.
So
Move the
that's
EODD.
on me for
Yeah.
preparing the
Oh,
agenda.
that's all right. I
I
thought
got the
that was
wrong
the
description. I just want to make sure that we listed it correctly.
Okay.
It's still, it is 84, it's just for the, it's for the
Yes.
UTC
Correct.
EODD
Yeah,
fund.
sorry about
So-
that.
And I knew that, I don't know why I typed excise tax.
No, it's on the agenda that way.
Yeah.
It's on the agenda that way. It's all right.
Well, it was my numb robot. So anyhow, it's, we're trending about 8% over last year, so, and last year was the highest, so again, we continue projections as we thought, maybe just a tad under, but the district is doing alive and doing well.
Properly moved and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. To consider approval of a new rate schedule for facilities and activities for the Mon County Park System. If we could have a motion, and then I was going to invite
Move.
JR down there.
Move to approve rate schedule as presented.
Second.
Okay, I'll go for discussion, and if you want to just give a general clarification of
Sure. Yeah.
what is going on and who you are.
Yeah. Good morning, everybody. I'm J.R. Petsko, Director of Parks and Rec for Monongalia County's Parks. I thought I'd stop by today just to answer if there was any questions and how we came up with these rates for approval today. It had been 8 to 10 years since we've looked at our pricing schedules at our 3 parks. I was asked to do so. And to do that, we still want to allow our guests and visitors to our parks to have a very inexpensive, fun time at our facility. So what we did is we looked at the surrounding parks and recreation centers around us and brought our prices up to or sometimes below what you still find around us, but still keeping us very competitive to what you can find around the area.
Any specific questions?
No, it's a
No, it's
very
facility.
minimal raise.
Yes, very minimal.
Very minimal, but it's,
But it's been 10 years, so
Yes.
it was about time.
yes.
All right. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Thanks, JR.
Properly moved and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
It passes. Consider approval option to renew the contract with WVU U18 Monco for processing and transportation services to the North Central Regional Jail for individuals arrested by the WVU Police Department for the period January 1st, 2024 to December 31st, 2024.
As you know, we have an ongoing collaboration agreement with the different municipalities and WVU to transport folks to the regional jail. And we use county-provided vans, county-provided staff to do those transfers. WVU is the only one that does say renewal every year. I assume it's with their legal department. So this is something that's come before you before, so we're just renewing this for one more year, starting January 1st.
Yeah, theirs is on the calendar year, everybody
Right.
else is on the fiscal year. So move to approve the agreement as presented.
Second.
Properly moved in second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
To consider for approval requisition number 21 for Series 2021B Harmony Grove Phase 1 Project Fund.
Requisitions for $289,755.34.
Move that we approve requisition 21 for the Series 2021B Harmony Grove Phase 1 Project Fund as presented.
Second.
Properly moved in second. All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Okay, consideration to approve funding for the Morgantown High School cheer team to participate in the Universal Cheerleaders Association Game Day Nationals competition.
I move to approve funding on a matching basis up to a not-to-exceed amount of $2,500.
Second.
Properly moved in second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Consideration to approve an order that would assign an identification number to ordinances adopted by the Mon County Commission.
This was requested by the sheriff so that his deputies can properly note that on the citation that is issued. So we decided, why not just do that one? We're going to just do all of them. So each ordinance will receive an identification number, and it will be based upon the calendar year that it was adopted.
Right.
And then if there was multiple ordinances within that year, there'll be a sequential
1, 2,
number
3.
assigned to it.
Yes.
I move to approve the order as presented.
Second.
Properly moved in second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Do we have any other new business?
No.
Seeing none. Reports from elected officials and department supervisors. Anybody want to come down? Reports from county commissioners. Sean?
Since the last meeting, it's been a busy schedule. Last Thursday, we had our broadband deployment RFP pre-bid meeting. and I was very surprised. We had about 30 participants. It was a good meeting. There was good questions. I'm surprised about the lack of questions. So either we wrote a very good RFP, or everybody is. There's a bunch of gamesmanship going on to not let everybody else know their proposed strategy. So I'm looking forward to the deadline for that is, I believe, it was 4 weeks from last Wednesday, so I believe that's like December 6th is the deadline. At our regular meeting, we'll tally the responses and make sure that we've indicated who's responded. So I'm excited getting ready for that process of evaluating them. There's going to be a lot of proposals to evaluate. The attendees were a microcosm of the ISPs in the area and across the nation. So we got really good response, and I'm looking forward to those, the input. And if anybody out there, any ISPs that are out there that haven't responded yet, all you have to do is respond to our info line at info@monongaliacounty.gov and ask for a copy of the RFP. I stated in the pre-bid that there were no proposals that were too large or too small, and we really are just looking for novel ways to cover all of our citizens in this county. So I'm looking forward to robust input. In the evening, I attended the Veterans Day Parade on High Street. I saw Mr. Commissioner Bloom bringing up the rear at the end of the parade. And I want to thank Jamie Summerlin. I think he's the main force that organizes that every year. And he was on the other side of the road. I didn't get a chance to thank him at the parade, but I thank him for all of his efforts. It's a necessary part of the Veterans Day celebration, and it's important that we have it to show our veterans our sincere appreciation. After that, I went to the Morgantown High Spirit of America concert. Every year since 9/11, they have provided a patriotic concert around the time of Veterans Day, and they did that at the Met. And I'm biased because my daughter participates, but it was a good show, and it was very uplifting. Friday, I attended along with the other commissioners the Christmas tree celebration that was held at the 84 lumber site. It actually was it was more of a Veterans Day program and celebration than it was an actual Christmas tree celebration. The two kind of were merged together, but it was a nice event, and I want to thank 84 Lumber and everybody that put that on. Saturday, I went to the Christmas tree celebration at Milan Park. And again, Operation Welcome Home ran the program, and it was more of a Veterans Day celebration, but it was nice seeing all of our members of the community out there. This week, on Monday, we had our call with our Westwood developer on our InfraGrant application, and we're looking forward to that being successful. I had a call with Frank Vitale, who's doing a strategic plan for the health department, so he needed to talk to stakeholders. So I finally had my call with Frank so that he can get my opinion on the needs going forward of the health department to serve our community. Yesterday was our quarterly Juma meeting, which I participated in, and I chair that committee. Today's a regular day. We do have 2 site visits. We're going to go visit our 911 site over in the industrial park, and then we're going to visit the Clay Patel Family Services Building on the western end of the county. Tonight is I have the MAP meeting tonight at 4, the Morgantown Area Partnership board meeting, and then there's the YCF celebration at the event center this evening at 5. Tomorrow, there's the EMS legislative breakfast. Seems like everything's getting really busy before the holidays. And then in the evening, we do have an MMPO meeting, correct?
Yeah.
I usually see a lot more emails around that, and I was starting to doubt myself.
Yes.
So in the evening, we have an MMPO meeting.
Can't wait.
Friday, we have staff reports, and then I have my regular broadband sync. So it's pretty busy this week. leading into next week, which is a holiday week. So I'd like to get a lot of the business out of the way so everybody can start celebrating their holiday with their family. So again, I really am encouraged by the participants in the broadband deployment RFP. I really think that's going to be very, very tough process evaluating the proposals. It's going to take a lot of work, but I'm looking for a lot of good outcomes. And again, Mr. England, thank you for coming. Thank you for your service. And it was a neat weekend from Thursday all the way through the weekend, seeing all the Veterans Day celebration, and it's much deserved for all of you that have served our country. So thank you.
Thank you.
I like the sentiments to Mr. England. I apologize that our Christmas tree celebration may have interrupted your normal Veterans Day activities that normally happen on the square, or maybe it was more the holiday falling on a Friday than a Monday. But
Yes.
we'll probably get back on track next year.
The school system changing from Monday to Friday
Right.
didn't help anything
No.
either.
As Sean mentioned, we did participate in an infogrant call last week. I had a planning commission work session last week and a meeting with MCR, which is the entity that manages the Hazel's House of Hope regarding the warming shelter. We have a follow-up call on that today at noon. We've got some traction on an alternate plan, which I believe was released this morning, but yet not completely official yet. We're still working out some details. We did participate in the Christmas tree celebration at 84 Lumber, and I too would like to extend thanks to 84, the first class organization put on a first class activity there that day. It was really nice and very well received. We have. I also made a site visit to Alpine Street last week to see the carnage that is that road. I'll report back on Friday to the other commissioners about the status of that road. I believe Mr. Jackson and a couple other individuals Derek Jackson, a couple other people have been coming to the commission a couple of times asking for help on that road. And we do have the 911 site visit and the Clay Battelle visit and the YCF celebration. So as Sean said, it is a very busy time, and we look forward to getting everything done and keep business moving forward. That's all I've got.
Okay. Let's see. First, I've been working with Maria Smith with the bus line. We are still trying to set up a meeting with the city of Morgantown, our sheriff's department, and county officials to discuss the concerns that continually happen of the bus stop behind Sheets. It's to a point that it's becoming a serious problem, but we're trying to figure out how we can all work together to do something to resolve the issue. So that's the first thing. Second, for those of you who came to the U.S. Capitol Tree Program on Saturday, it was fantastic. In fact, I do want to do a shout out to, the Ricky Yeager, Amy Loomis, Damian Davis, and the county officials, and also JR and the parks were there. It was an amazing program. In fact, I jokingly said it looked like a Hallmark Christmas movie. It was something that we have needed for a long time, and hopefully next year we're meeting tomorrow to discuss what we could do next year. And hopefully I've already asked, possibly Granville and Star City, where they could house something for a couple hours on that day, and we'd have a kickoff, and then that evening have like a happy hour in the evening for the adults. So it was just something that was just fantastic. It was great to see everybody in a positive light. The stores were doing well, and as I said, it was something that was exceptional. And again, I want to thank 84 Lumber who brought the tree here. It was really a great situation, as I said. Also, I would be remiss, I always thank different cities or that show up, and I would be remiss if I didn't thank Granville, who is the only city that keeps showing up every week to know what's going on, and we really appreciate them being here, and I want to make sure I stated that. Yesterday, I invited Renetta to the Sober Center meeting. As Ben Conley reported, we're moving forward on a emergency shelter out there. We are still working on rules and regulations. one of the things that did come up, which Bartlett House mentioned, and I really like this idea, and I believe we're going to put it in our MOU, is that this would be for Monongalia and Preston County residents only. I really thought that was a neat idea, that we would do that. Also with the HMIS program, we're able to see where the individuals are coming from. And I believe with the 12 and the 15 to 27 extra beds would really be what is needed for this emergency shelter. And I will keep you informed with what is going on along those lines. And I appreciate Renetta being there, because one of the things we have to do with the Sober Center dissolving is make sure we do correctly the funding of the funds that have been there from us. So we want to make sure we're doing everything legally correct. And with that, I have asked for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
We be gone.